Today we have the amazing speaker, Asmani Surve. So I'm very excited to listen her. She's the founder of Skynotch and Skynotch Group and the executive officer of Switchcare Industry. She is a ISO certified lead auditor, design thinkers, and behavior scientist. Plus, she is a content writer. She's the author of a book called Self-Help and Management. Also, Sue has experience in all the Department of Human Resource Management and Business Transformation. She's a evangelist also. She has gained the experience of completing 8,000 plus hours for training and mentoring plus 400 hours of executive coaching. Looking this all the achievement, I'm very excited today to gain the knowledge about the productivity, human resource management, and the journey of people from people to productivity. I would like to welcome Asmani. You can share your screen and take it forward. So how this goes, so we will have the presentation first. Then after we will have the question answer after the presentation. Yeah, Asmani, can you able to share your screen? Asmani, your voice is not audible. Can you unmute yourself? You can unmute, and you will have the access to share your screen also. Yeah, please. Can you check now? Ma'am, I can see your screen. Your voice is not audible. Can you just speak something? So we just make it sure like you are the audible. Yeah, your voice is not audible yet. Hello.
Am I audible to all of you?
Yeah, it's audible now, and I also can see your screen. So we were all set. You can just take it forward. Yeah.
Brijesh, can you confirm if I'm audible and the screen is visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, you are audible, and also we can see your screen. Hello.
Thank you, Alpesh, and thank you, Brijesh. So good evening, everybody. And I hope you all are having your good time. It's a weekend time, so let's look forward for some knowledge on this weekend before we end this week. But to begin with, I would like to say that thank you to UBS for inviting me for this session. And I'm sure the people who are here will have a good time understanding how it is helping me and my organizations, my clients to function better because of the processes, because of different kinds of systems that we have in our company. So, when we talk about human resource management, somehow we always look at humans as resources, and that concept probably we need to relook sometimes. And I will speak about it more in detail in the coming slides. But yes, human resource is a resource where we have to constantly look for the productivity, because more than resource, it's our capital. And the way we look at our capital and we constantly monitor the utility of the capital, it's the same in case of our human resource also, that is the human capital also. So where are we investing in this capital, how are we investing in this capital, is something that we have to constantly monitor. And today I'm going to talk about from how this people, the human capital, to productivity is a journey that we have to take care of. And what are the tips that we should use so that we can take care of this kind of a journey? So to begin with, I want to ask all of you, you can please unmute yourself and you can please participate and help me know where this gentleman is looking. You can put your answers in your chat box, or you can unmute yourself and you can tell that where this gentleman is looking. People can put their answers in chat box, or they can unmute themselves and they can tell me. So what do you think? Where is this gentleman looking? Come on, quickly. Rahul feels he's looking at him, and Alpesh feels he's looking at my face. He's looking straight towards me. Okay, thank you, Sunny. Vidhi thinks forward to me. All right. Looking straight, okay. Looking at me. So the answers are coming in the similar fashion. But I want to ask, do you think he's looking at two sides, or it is your perspective towards the way he is looking? So again, Rushabh says he's looking all around. So what matters in terms of our human management is it is our perspective that matters a lot. You may feel your employee is considering the way you are looking at him, and they may feel the way they are looking at it. At the same point of time, you both are looking straight. It can be management or it can be the people. Both are looking at a straight way. But incidentally, both these parties are looking straight but in different directions. And that's the disconnect that most of the organizations have. And that's why there is a need of human resource management. And that's why the people of the company are not able to give the required amount of productivity. And when we say about productivity, what is the challenge? The challenge is aligning them to your thoughts. And how do you align to your thoughts? Is something which we will know more in detail. But before that, let me set the agenda for you. What we are going to talk about when we say that we need to align our people, when we say our process, our systems has to be so that our people are aligned to us. So we will look at 5 P's of business. We will look at what is the heart of our business, what gives the complete circulation in our business, and finally few tips which will help you know how you can grow your business better. So again, I would like to ask all of you, and as you have been putting your answers in chat, you can put in what a business needs. Can anybody tell me what a business needs? Okay, we need growth. What else? What does our business need? More answers. Sunny says business needs growth. What else does a business need? Sustainability, very true. Insia, what else? What else do you all think? What does a business need? Sustainability, a good process, very true, Ajay, a very good process. Clear vision, absolutely right, Namrata. I just want you all to look at it. We are talking about human resource management. So when we talk about business needs, from the human perspective, what else do we need? Profitable growth, yes, Prashant. What else do we need? From the human perspective. Automation to run a business. Oh yeah, very true, Alpesh. Scalability, viability, absolutely right, Samruddhi, good resources. And yes, Tarun, without money, you can't think of business. A rupee is also enough, but a business needs money. A business needs investment. It can be your education or any kind of money, right? So long-term resources, strategy, progressive mindset, systems and processes, good team management, all these answers are coming correct. Transparency. But I want you to look at it more from a human perspective. And that's why I said a business needs, as per one of the very successful businessmen, he thinks business needs to have heart to have a heart, must be more than just a money making machine. And that's what I was saying about that more than just a business point of view, we need to have a heart of a company. And that's what makes our business more successful. So it is not just about money, it is not just about minting money, it's not just about getting growth, it's not just about how we can excel in our business. These are all the outcomes of the business. But what we need in our business is these 5 P's. And let's look at these 5 P's. The first P that we talk about is process. In today's time, I have put an article yesterday about accountability. In today's time, accountability is becoming challenged every day. And the reason why they are accountability challenges, you can go back and read the article. But importantly, because we are people driven, we need to be process driven businesses. Till the time we do not focus on process, we will always be dependent on our people. Of course, people are the second P that I'm talking about, because we can replace everything, we cannot replace people. We cannot replace emotions. We can bring in as many of machines and systems, but we cannot replace the human touch. And that's what we're talking about. Second is the people. So the first 5 P which we spoke about is process. The second is the people. The third is how to drive performance from them. So when we have a process, where we have people who will execute that process, we need to make sure the performance is there. And again, performance requires systems, it requires tracking, it requires automation, because it is a very subjective matter. And the fourth P that we will move is, once you know the performance, once you're able to track the performance, what will come is productivity. So if you know a performer is doing good, if you know a performer is not performing, you will know how to track it and you can improve their productivity. You can add value, you can help them solve their problems. And that's how you can drive productivity. And that will eventually give you the outcome which you all have been putting in the chat about productivity, sustainability, viability, profits, business, growth, everything will come. But that is the last step. That is an outcome of all the inputs that you will put. And the inputs basically start with defining your business to get into an auto mode function. Making sure the people whom you cannot replace, because you can replace everything, as I said, but not the people aspect in the business. So people, then moving to their performance, to productivity, to profits. So when you know what are the 5 P's of business, you know what a business needs. My question is, what is the heart of business? And the heart of your business is the people in it and the capital in it, definitely the money part of it. So when I talk about what a business needs, it is the heart that it needs. It is the more than money concept of what it needs. It needs a growth mindset, as some of you also wrote in the chat box, right? So when people and capital both are aligned with each other, both go hand in hand with each other, that's when your business will start beating at the level that you want it to be. That is the time when your business will start excelling the way you want. That is when your business will get more healthy. There will be better circulation. But how will all this happen? That brings me to the next answer to your questions are the tips that we are going to talk about in your business growth. So what are these business tips that we are looking at? What are the tips? You can start putting in chat box if you have any. So what, as per you, are the business tips? What are some of the business tips that you are implementing in your business to make it a more sustainable, to make it a better business in itself? If anybody wants to share any of their tips, you're most welcome. So yeah, having a strong foundation, correct, Jasmeet, investing equally on resources for long-term growth, very true. What else? Anybody has any more answers to this? All right, so let's look at it. What are these tips that will help you excel in your business? Namrata says a proper roadmap for business and employee both. Correct. So this is the roadmap if you want to implement and have a successful business. The first step towards you improving your business, a first step towards making your business a more productive place is design your business process. You will find numerous people coming and telling you that they are very successful in designing business, right? I am myself an design evangelist when it comes to business processes. What do we do to make sure the business process is more effective? The answer is simple. Every business has a different need. You need to design the business as per the respective company, as per the respective company's needs. And then based on those needs, once you have the wireframe, once you have the bigger picture about the organization, the way it has to run, then comes involving the people and develop systems. So what does this big organizations do so that they become more successful? It is just that they invest a lot in their systems. It is that they invest a lot in their people. First, they make sure the infrastructure, the foundation, as mentioned by Jasmeet, is strong. And when we talk about infrastructure, I don't mean the buildings and the air conditions and the laptops. What I mean in systems is the tools that are used in a business. These tools can be online, these tools can be documenting, these tools can be a lot better. We are living in a technological era. So this technology has so many boons in itself, which offers so many tools. So all these tools will help you have a direction for your business. HR function is one function which can utilize multiple tools. Unfortunately, a lot of companies don't focus on that kind of tools. I have seen companies in today's time who are 200 employee strength, but they are still payrolling on an Excel sheet. It is time. COVID has taught all of us that we need to be ready. We are working in a moonlight business. People are tired of working from home. They don't find work life balance. Why? Because these tools are not effectively used. They are not able to track performances online. They have to constantly do reporting through messengers. So, what are the ways we can use? We can use multiple platforms to make sure you can find out customized tools based on your company's requirements. The way there are ERPs, there are also tools for HR. There are also multiple tools available to set up HR info systems for the employee information, right? And when we talk about people development, when you have a tool which maintains an employee's database, it maintains an employee's income details, it maintains an employee's performance details, it will help you to get an overall dashboard which will talk about how to manage your resource more effectively. Because we all need to do data driven business decisions. Any decision which is not data driven becomes a challenge. Hence, involve your people, develop your systems. And when I say involve your people to develop systems, is when you identify a tool, involve them, because a lot of companies also come to us saying that people are not ready to accept change. They are not ready to accept whatever new softwares are there. We have been seeing the professional banks and privatized, and we are seeing the nationalized banks. With the generation gap that is sitting in both the banks, you will always see the nationalized bank struggle in giving services. Why? Because they are not technologically advanced. They have not accepted that technology has to be better. But we have a lot of tools available in the market for the processes to be more robust. And these tools will help you enhance your business and increase productivity of people, because that's how you will be able to reduce the time of manual work. And when you will reduce your turnaround time for the work, you will automatically be able to invest your time in other more productive activities. So it is not only as if you are a team member or you are a company's employee, you need to go back and give recommendations to make sure that your company has better tools. If you are a business owner yourself, you need to look at what kind of services your company is currently taking from outside, outsource a couple of processes, delegate your responsibilities, let the experts do their work, and you will see. When you call somebody home for dinner, are you the one who is cooking, who is serving, who is cleaning, who is welcoming, who is setting up the arrangement? No. If you are the host, you are generally supervising if things are happening. And if it's a closed family dinner also, still your wife or a cook would be cooking back home, or maybe yourself if you're a lady, and you will have your other family members helping you out to do the same. Then if you are in a business or if you are a person in a big company as an employee, why are you looking at doing everything on your own? Don't you use microwaves, mixer grinders, refrigerators in your house? That is the technology. So why shy away from using tools in your day-to-day basis, day-to-day business? So I have been insisting much on step 2, but it is very important, because when you involve your people in developing these systems, let them be part of selecting the tools that you are going to use, because eventually they are the ones who are going to use the tools. So have some buying from them, take their opinions. If the opinions are relevant, if the opinions are productive, maybe they are thinking more because they are the ones who have the actually operational utility of these systems. And the third step is about reward the accountable behavior. So as I spoke about accountability in the previous slide, we also need to look, if you want to grow our business, we need to focus on people's accountability. We need to focus that people who are accountable should be rewarded because they become examples for people who are not. Everybody, every human being wants to be recognized. Every human being has an aspiration of being identified. So if you see a good behavior, if you see a good performer, learn to acknowledge that, because that is eventually contributing to the overall success of your business. And that will only help you add more aid to your business. And when you will do this, people who are accountable, people who are following the processes, you will find that these systems are becoming more effective in your company because they want to follow those. And lastly, the fourth tip is achieve business development. So when you get away from all these burdens, I have seen companies where once we got the HRIS system in place, the payroll system had that. The employees are getting their salary slips automated, they know their attendance automated, they know their leaves automated. What happens because of this? The person who was so far manually extremely involved in this got free. He got a lot of time to put some strategic thinking towards putting effort to other aspects of human resources or other aspects of business. So if you're a small company, you don't have an HR department, your accounts department is handling all these, let me tell you, even if it is going to help your business, because they will be more free to function on different multiple aspects. If you are an employee, if you are a manager, you should recommend your companies to get into systems and processes that will really help. And when I say get into systems and processes, get them designed from the right set of people. Don't go to anybody and everybody. Today we have a lot of people claiming that they know how to do it well, but go to the experts. They know how to get it done. And they can design, they can put a lot of things on paper, but implementation of all this is the key. So make sure you get the experts who are the key in implementation to get your processes and systems in place. Right? So these were the tips and these were some of the aspects. So to conclude, what I have been trying to put you forward since last 25 minutes is design the process, develop the people, and derive productivity. When you are designing the process, involve experts, take help of multiple tools that are available. Let your people be the one to drive these systems and processes. Track their performance, their behavior towards it to help you drive more productivity. And that's how the journey from people to productivity would be easy for you in your business. Right? So with that, I would like to open it for question and answer round. You can ask me questions if you have any, or you can put in chat if you have any. I'll be happy to answer all
of them. Thank you, Asmani, for your wonderful presentation. So if you have any question, just raise your hand. I will allow you to unmute, and I think you can unmute yourself and you can just go ahead and ask a question.
Do we have any questions here?
Before anyone asks the question, I have the one question is all about, you have mentioned like people development, right? So if you can give some ideas or framework, like what will be the most important part when we talking about the people development, if you can give some more information on that, that would be great. Asmani, can you hear me?
If there are no questions, my contact details are very much there on the screen. You can reach me later also if you have any more questions, or If I can be of any help to you in further, I will be happy to help you. Mr. Alpesh, I can't hear you. If others can hear Mr. Alpesh, can please put in, because I can't hear him.
Yeah, I mean, there is some issues on your end, or on your end. Can you just check? Like, I think speaker is not working on your end. Asmani, can you hear me? Okay, I will. Okay, so I think something is wrong on Asmani's end about for us her speaker. I will just go ahead and ask the question in chat box.
Just a second, let me put earphones.
Yeah,
Maybe
please.
that will help me. Just a second, hold on.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so my question was that, like, you talk about lots of things about the people development, right? So if you can give some more information on people development, like, okay, what type of framework or step we have to follow when we talk about the people development, right? If you can give some more information on that, that will be great.
So yes, people development has multiple aspects. The most important aspect is identifying what kind of areas they need to be developed. So that starts with the company's process setup of what kind of competencies the organization needs. From there, what kind of people are there, if they are aligned to those competencies. And wherever there are gaps in people versus the requirement of a business, then there will be training and development needs that will come up. So training and development is when we speak about people, it is a very crucial function in any organization as far as trainings are considered. And there are also a lot of other sources of developing your people in terms of not only workshops, but there are interventions, there are counseling, there are different kind of in-house activities, employee engagement programs, in-house trainings. So training has multifaceted ways of developing people. And some organizations I have known, they also call in experts for just guest lectures. They also ask their senior people to invest time in their juniors. So people development has multiple ways of doing it. It depends on organization to organization how it happens. But yes, for people development, you need to know the needs, you need to know the gaps where they have to be developed.
Yeah, thank you very much for that answer. Yeah, if anyone has question, please raise your hand. I will unmute and you can ask the question or you can type in chat box. If not, I have one more question which I will ask, but I would like to give you a chance to ask the question in terms of building a process, what can be built in terms of process, how you can implement that in your organization. Anything you want, definitely just go ahead and ask the question. So yeah, we have the one question from Sunny. How to delegate work to team member and align them to the business vision.
Yes. So first and foremost, as I began with the alignment aspect, that people need to be aligned to your business goals. You need to make them aware of the consequences. You need to be making them aware of what role they are playing in the kind of vision or targets or goals that you have for your organization. Even if I'm talking about organization, you can also look at team. If you're an employee, if you have a team, they have their high level objectives. There will be multiple people in your team, so you need to align them to the bigger objective of the department or the company, as the case may be. And then make them aware the value of work they are doing towards the bigger picture. And delegation in itself is a process. Unfortunately, I have seen in Indian mindset, delegation is मैंने उसको बोल दिया था. Delegation is not मैंने उसको बोल दिया था. Delegation is about identifying the right person for the right job. I cannot expect my office peon to go to a government office and discuss with the senior official what document he needs to fill, bring in those documents, fill those documents, go back and submit. That is not delegation. He can do a courier boy's work. If a manager in my office gives him a form, he can go to a government office, he can submit the form there, he can get the acknowledgement, he can, build rapport around with the peon in there. I can expect him to do that. I need to know the right person for the right job, right? I cannot expect a cook to start making PowerPoint presentations. Why I'm giving you out of work examples is because that's how you will be able to relate better. So delegation is a process. When you talk about how to delegate work to team members and align, importantly, you need to identify your team dynamics. Which person is good in what kind of work in your team? Accordingly, assign the work. When you're assigning the work, make him aware about the value he's creating towards the bigger picture. Track him, monitor him, because delegation is not just giving away, it is also about making sure, follow up with him, guide him, mentor him. Once you do this whole process, next time you can tell him and he will do it more successfully. But the first time, delegation of the same task has to be done like a teacher, like a trainer to your team member. Then only you will be able to get the right set of rules.
I hope Sunny you get answer of your question. Yes, Pooja, you can. I have asked you to unmute, and you can go ahead and ask your question.
Yes, Pooja. So, in terms of which is the best HR tool, I would not be able to mention here which is the best one, because, as I said, it depends on business to business, right? There are multiple platforms available. UBS also has some solutions for the HR tools. There are a lot of different companies who are offering tools, and all these are experts in their own ways. Some are able to maintain records, some are able to maintain payroll, some are able to also have incentives, attendance, payroll, leaves. So some depends on what organization need is. If somebody who's customizing all it for you, that probably would be the platform for your business to get into it. Because again, if it's a manufacturing industry, the needs are different. There are more of blue collar employees. If it's in corporate office, the needs are different. So what kind of setup you come from, that's what matters.
Pooja, I hope you get the answer of your question. Pile Jane has two questions. First question is how to do salary benchmarking without spending on external agencies. That's the first one.
So the first question's answer would be by you doing your own analysis. If you have need to do salary benchmarking, you would have been also doing recruitments. You would have been, even if you're not doing extensive recruitments, you should go back and look at the recruitments you have done in last 2 years. You will be able to see what position, what salaries were outside. If not, there are tools available, but since you don't want to go to agencies, there are tools available with different kind of platforms. Naukri has some tools for salary benchmarking, or you can buy some database if you want for yourself. You can cross check with your other network HR, and you will be able to find out what kind of salaries are available in the respective industry for the respective level of experiences, for the competencies that you're looking for. Because I've also seen that for a similar position, a lot of companies have different set of competencies. So if a manager, some companies look for 7 years of experience, some companies look for 15 years of experience, some companies think the manager is more about just managing tasks. We need them to be good, good at people management. Some people think, no, our manager is somebody who is supposed to look after the whole department. So we also need this manager to be good at people development. So the competencies also vary. So when we talk about salary benchmarking, it has multiple aspects involved to it. It is not just the salaries. It is the experience. It is the kind of competencies that you're looking for are the two major factors for then compare them with your companies. Because we have clients who look for 10 years experience even for executive profile, and we have clients who look for 2 years experience for executive profile. Now it will be unfair to compare this 2 year and 10 year because they come from an executive positions. So more than the designation positions, salaries should be benchmarked based on the competencies and experiences. And if you have your own recruitment tracker and database in-house, try and look for what kind of people have you interviewed, what kind of people have you sourced. If you have access to different portals, you can go on that. There are different kind of salary benchmarking reports by the international agencies which are given out. You can also get those. Maybe the current year would be at the cost, but previous years are generally downloadable. You can download, you can review those reports, and you will be able to do it. Otherwise, there are tools which you can always take help of, who would be able to do salary benchmarking for you. And the next question, I believe, was, nowadays there is a huge requirement of softwares like Workday, Trello. How can I learn it since it's a bottleneck in getting new jobs? Okay, so tools, when we talk about, you can request for demos. Once you get into a demo, you will be able to look at how the tool functions. You will be able to understand the functionality of it. Since you're only asking me about softwares, but if you're asking me about your hands-on experience, don't fake it in your resumes. Just be straightforward that you only have basic knowledge of these softwares. When you take demos, the demos are 20-30 minutes of demos. You will be able to know in and out of that software. That will really help you to put it on your credentials that you have basic knowledge about the particular software. Right? So I hope, Pooja, I have answered both of your questions.
Yeah, so we have the next question from Namrata. Her question is that what is the affect the productivity most?
Lack of clarity, lack of alignment. So when you don't know what you are doing, why you are doing, you would not be the best at your work. Right. So the factor that affects the most is lack of clarity towards your roles and responsibilities. Till you are not very clear, you can't make your team members clear. And that's where the systems and process come in picture. If your process is well defined, it will help an employee to have an overall understanding what he or she is supposed to do in the given role.
One more question Namrata has, team size is 25 of employees. So please suggest me the best tool or strategy to analyze the performance of the team members. If you can share some website or portal through which we can do salary benchmark free of cost. So there is two questions. First is about best tool for strategy or analysis performance of team member. And second is a website for benchmark.
All right. So as far as Namrata's question on the best tool, I believe most of the HRMS are customized, right? So when we talk about performance tracking, it is generally a customized solution. There will be different kinds of platforms. UBS may also have some performance tracking systems you can evaluate. and you can take help from them. And performance management, bigger ERPs have performance management inbuilt, but now all the bigger companies always go for their own respective customized ERPs. So if yours is a small business, you can start with people who are offering the typical systems, and you can start off with them, and then you can analyze. And since you don't have a system, you can initially start doing it more manually. In my earlier times, what I used to do is I used to have a Word document on my screen, and every day if I see or observe anything about a team member, be it good, be it bad, be any kind of feedback from any employee, I used to just keep recording in that person's Word document. So when I'm actually evaluating him at the end of 3 months, or at the end of 6 months, or at the end of the year, I can just open the Word document and I would know what has my observations been in last 1 year or 6 months or whatever duration. So that is the first step you can do, since you are not in a habit of doing it at this point of time. This is how you, because we don't have computer memories. We need to have systems wherein we can start putting this information in a place and then use that information when it is required. But yes, I would not be able to give you any very specific tool that will help you on finding which is the best one. Because as I said, it is always depending on your needs. Manufacturing has a different need, IT has a different need. If you are from an HR background, it has a different need. Coming to the next question from Payal. So if you can share websites or portal through which we can do salary benchmarking for free. I'm sorry, Payal, I don't know who does it for free. Uh, but yes, definitely, as I mentioned, you can do these things through your own database. You can do these things through, if you have Naukri portal access, you can download some information through resumes. There are reports available of previous years. You can take as relevance from them, but I'm not aware who does it for free.
Okay, so next question we have from Rahul. It's how to reduce the retention ratio and what is the factor affecting it. So, I mean, he's trying to say retention rate. We need to increase the retention rate instead of decreasing that.
Yes. So when we talk about retention, you need to find the root cause of retention. Any trouble that you have in your company, first you need to know why it is a trouble. So if you have people leaving, is it a specific department? Is it a specific manager? Then you need to identify what is the major level of grievances in your organization, right? So there are no specific factors which are affecting retention. But if I have to just give you a larger picture, why retention happens, why people leave because they are not clear of what they are supposed to do. If they are clear, they don't know if they are doing what is expected to do. If they are knowing what they are expected to do, they feel they are not rewarded for what they are doing, right? And let me tell you, there is a very unfortunate part. People always take it for granted what they have. So you may also should look at the ratio of people who are willing to come back to your company. So I have also had small scale companies. I've also seen people, once they leave for salaries, they come back to the company because they are comfortable with the owners, they are comfortable with the managers, but for money they have moved out. So if that is the case, you should also look at the ratio of how much people are willing to come back. Some companies have policies wherein they don't rehire, so you may not have rehires, but you should look at how many are willing to get rehired. That is also a starting step for you. So retention reasons, majorly an employee's lack of clarity. It can be about what he's supposed to do. If he knows what he's supposed to do, if the roles and responsibilities are defined, he don't know if they are doing well. That is comes about performance tracking. He doesn't know if he's a performer, non-performer. However, when he knows he's a performer, he expects the rewards, which a company may not be able to give the rewards or not giving the rewards, or they feel it is not required. These kinds of alignments are the major reasons that retention happens.
Thank you very much. I think Rahul, you got an answer for a question. We have the more 3 minutes. If anyone has a question, just put the question in chat box. Meantime, I will launch one poll. The poll is help us to understand what we need to bring as a next speaker and what will be the challenging for the in HR industry, or what we can do in terms of getting a good speaker of next session. So I'm just launching a poll for, you will see that poll on your screen. You will have the 1 minute. You can answer 1 or 2 minutes. You can answer that poll. So we have the more understanding what we need to bring as a next topic of our webinar. So this is our 5th webinar. We're doing that webinar on every month, and it helps us to understand also the needs of industry, what is it, what required in industry. Yeah. So Payal has one question. Can you say something on process for salary and career path?
Of course, salary process, the first thing is about benchmarking it if it is apt to, because you are asking salary and career together in this. So first is, as I mentioned, based on the company's need, you need to know what kind of competencies are you looking for. Based on that competencies, you need to identify what salaries you need to offer to the respective people in that position. And based on what your company's vision is, where you want to see your company, you will have to design the organization structure. So today, if one person is handling 2 executives and you're looking at an expansion plan when there are going to be 5 executives, this one person may not be able to handle. So you have a career path for the other 2 executives to get into a managerial position, to get more team expanded. So career path can always happen based on what the company's vision is, what kind of targets of future the company has in terms of their expansion plans, in terms of their growth plans. Accordingly, the manpower planning also changes, which helps you identify what kind of positions are going to be created. So manager or leader or senior executive, sometimes you just don't want to have people, but you want senior people to be encouraged and elevated. So some more responsibility definition. Sometimes companies get into a new strategy of hiring interns from college. So then there is a position of mentors that which come into picture. So career growth purely is defined based on the company's future vision towards what kind of manpower planning they want to do. And accordingly, you will have to identify the kind of structure the organization should have in the coming years.
Great. So I will end the poll and we'll launch the result also. So from the result, we can say the maximum problem or challenges which we see right now is employee retention. And second is we have tights, compliances in law and regulations, and tracking of productivity and performance. Yeah, definitely. So we will try to bring our next speaker on this topic where we can understand what will be the good things, how you can do the employee retention, or what will be the affecting the retention of employee. Thank you very much for all the insight. We have the final 3 minutes. Yeah, as Asmani said, you can see his contact number and the email address on a screen. And we can see like she has a clearly good understanding about system and process, and she's expert in that. If you have require any help, any guidance, definitely you can contact her for your system and process. You can make a connect with her on a LinkedIn also. She's available in LinkedIn also. Last, thank you very much for joining today, Asmani, and it was a great session and a great understanding and great discussion on that. And we also have the good, great question answer in the session. I will ask everyone to on their video. We will just take up one of the photo for our, you can say, for our reference. And also, we will ask you to, if you have gained the knowledge for today's session, please do post on LinkedIn, tag the, okay. Tipali has a question. We have the 2 minutes. Yeah, sure. Please give me 1 second. I will unmute you, and after you can go ahead. Oh, so she lowered the hand. Tipali, do you have any question? Or it happened by mistake? Okay, I think it was a mistake. So yeah, so please on your videos, so we can take a screenshot and we can, as I was saying, if you have received the knowledge, you just go ahead and post on a LinkedIn, tag Asmani, tag UBS, and can so all people can know what happening in around this area, and people can get on the next webinar, and they can also have their upgrade their knowledge. So yes, just please on your video, everyone, we will just take a one screenshot, and then after we will take it off for today, and we will see you in our next webinar. Yeah, and everyone smile, please smile. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. We will see you on next webinar, and have a good weekend. And yeah, that's it. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.